everybody? Eric here with Botos Training Academy. You guys, thank you yet again for tuning into another YouTube video of mine. Guys, if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it. And you guys, let's get right into the freaking video. So guys, coming into Friday's trading day last week, I'm recording this video on Sunday, June 19th, you guys. And I want to recap on the trade that I took on Friday's 0 days till expiration. So here we got Shopify, SHOP. And I'm going to just quickly recap this, and then we'll get right into what I actually wanted to talk to you guys about moving forward into the later week this upcoming week. So on Shopify, I identified a movement in the market where I did see the market kind of stabilizing around these key level areas, which I'm going to show you with the S&P 500. Kind of like I was saying, I saw the stability between these two Fibonacci lines. Okay, so I created these fib lines on using the daily time frame, and this daily time frame kind of shot me an indication to really just pay close attention. Oh, this might be a consolidation area where it's going to be consolidating between, you know, this amount and that amount. So where I saw those amounts it consolidating was between this falling wedge channel formation, you guys, that we literally have built on the daily time frame. Okay, using the daily time frame right here, I have found a range in the market where it was consolidating. So you guys, we use this to our benefit to understand where we were going to actually be trading in. So because it held this strong support right here on this trend line, and as you guys can see, I got the trend line all the way from here, marking it all the way down. Now, initially, I kept moving the trend lines, moving the falling wedge, because it kept kind of breaking new lows past these areas of like 379 and then 370, 370 or 365 and all these areas, and it kept breaking it. But I did see that it held that 365 at market close. Now, in no way do I think we're, long-term bullish. I think temporarily we still are bullish. In the meantime, because we do still have these gap fills we got to fill. But more importantly, let's get right into it. So Shopify, why did I take the trade on Shopify? Honestly, I took the trade on Shopify because I noticed an area where Shopify was holding a nice support. Okay, so this area of support I noticed, and where I built this area of support was from pre-market kind of into the market open. I saw that, if we built this line, let's just say we took this line of support. Now, if we held this up until Monday market open, we would see a moon shot on Shopify. Now, because I did my, typical day trade analysis, scalp analysis, whatever you want to call it, I saw a falling wedge on Shopify. So my instant reaction was that my price point of entry got triggered, okay? It broke this falling wedge, which actually had built a lot better. And I'll show you guys right here. So I actually had this, I don't know, on the phone and computer, it's weird. It I don't know why it shows differently. But I saw the falling wedge, okay? I saw it from the 5 minute, and I think even on the 15 minute, it showed a falling wedge. And we took action, you guys. That's a problem with traders, right? When they see a certain confirmation, they don't want to enter. They don't want to take a position on it because they're scared. Oh my God, what if it goes against me? You guys, the chances of having a stock go against you is a low chance if you have a high probability setup. And that's what I always teach all my members and students, that you need to have a high probability setup before taking a trade. If you don't have a high conviction rate setup, you are not going to make the right trade, and you're not going to feel confident in your place. So Why did I have this trade set up? And it's simple. So I built the falling wedge. I saw the support and the resistance. Okay. Support was this trend line that it held. Now you could have played the trend line at least 4 or 5 times, numerous times. And where did I get my resistance of entry? The resistance of entry was going to be above the resistance from pre-market. Now, yeah, we could have entered a little bit later, but I didn't like this entry. And I usually play the last previous red candle of support and entry from the falling wedge and confirmation. I always want to have confirmations behind my trades that I take. If you don't have an entry confirmation behind the trades that you take, you shouldn't be even trading. So what happened here? Okay, we have the falling wedge built off from what? The 5-minute and the 15-minute, right? The falling wedge, it was trading in between. And, perfecting it and even going on the 1-minute, we could even see right here, right? We could even reduce it a little bit further down and then really touch these lines right here, right? We touch this line and really just get a nice confirmation for an entry. And actually, it'd even be a little bit lower. So that would be about the right area. So where was the confirmation placed? Okay. Confirmation for an entry on a calls position was right here. Okay. Now it literally shot up above and it tested the 90 EMA, shot even more above. We had the nice crossovers take place. Literally crossover was on this candle alongside with the confirmation of the crossover of these EMAs. Was a nice entry for calls, and you could have played it all the way up until this area almost of before it crossed over. Now, typically, you guys, I focus more on price action than relying any of my entries off indicators. I never rely solely off indicators. The price entry should have been above 310.70. And this price entry, like I said, got tested a few times. Actually, it got even tested up to 311.50s, came back down. This would have been a nice entry even on this candle or this candle for a direct entry and played it all the way up to even 320. This would have given you a good 150% profit off of a day scalp trade type of move. Now, again, you guys, we're focusing on the movement of what? The stock market. Where was it presenting its opportunity? The market was presenting itself towards the what? Upside. We got to focus more on the upside. Where was SPY heading off into? Well, SPY was more so consolidating throughout the day, but it still had its upward movements, right? It hit its bottom low, as you guys can see there, and we saw a nice movement, right, towards the upside, right? It's supposed to be an arrow, but anyways, we saw a movement towards the upside, and we saw a huge spike while what? Shopify, S-H-O-P, can't type today. Shopify had a movement towards the upside, a significant move towards the upside, right? Around this bottom area of what? Support. So we had this support line given to us as a major what? Consolidation area, right? Consolidation there, consolidation there. Now, if you played this move, you would have profited huge amounts of money, right? You would have sold some up here or even up here for some profit. A nice move from 308, you guys, all the way up to 314. You're talking about 100% on 0 days. That's insane, right? Sold some here, sold some up here, held your runners up until right here, maybe sold some of your runners down here, okay, and then called it quits for the day. Okay, you would have came out highly profitable. I know I did on that trade. And once again, I did take another trade on Shopify once I saw a certain break point. The break point of Shopify that literally made me enter this trade, I'm going to show you guys right here too, was this area of consolidation, right? So I noticed, what did I notice more importantly was the overall right? The overall area of consolidation. So I saw it actually take place of the trend. The trend was holding this trend. I noticed that it could probably break probably midday or late morning, and it did just as I expected, you guys. So with that trend, right, I had my trend lines built, and it was a nice ascending wedge. Now with an ascending wedge, it could break towards the bottom side or upside, easily towards the bottom or upside, but I noticed the market was a bit bullish too on the day. So what did I do here? You guys, this is a plain and simple entry. Just like I always say, the trend is your friend. Price action will make you money. Okay? So we ended up taking this trade almost 300% in pure profits, you guys. And I'm not exaggerating. You come into the group, I literally post my profits. I'm very transparent with what I'm making, what positions I'm taking. I will literally give you the strike price, expiration, everything, filled order price. And you guys, you could have taken this trade to over 100% using 0 days till expiration, playing the market with full and pure confidence. Okay. So where did I take my trade? All right. You guessed it, right? We took our trade right on the break of this trend of the ascending wedge. Now remember, where did I get that ascending wedge? Was based off the 5 and 15 minute. Charting that out gave me a high conviction probability trade to enter my position based off the confirmations. So first was this crossed over on the stochastic slow. 9 and 21 gave me a nice conviction rate to enter my trade right here on this candle, right? You let the first minute confirm, second minute, boom, entry, and you play it all the way up. I was already up from this entry somewhere around here, 314.75 or wherever I entered, to being up all the way up here to 317. I was already up like 70, 80%, you guys. It was insane. It was insane. And then coming up here, with time decay and everything, coming back down, up and down, I was selling for profits around, I think 150%, around the 319 or 200%. I sold like half my position. It was still holding half my position. And then once we skyrocketed all the way to this 320, guys, I was like, that's game over. I mean, it was like 200%, like 220%. And I saw the movement come back down. I sold all my half position back here for about 130%. Because remember, we're playing 0 days till expiration. These movements are going to move fast if it is going in your direction. So I sold for a good amount size profit, my other half position, but I still held my runners. Now remember, what is going to make you the most money? I truly believe your runners are going to pay you out the most. So I sold even more of my position, having only 2 runners on the table. That literally made me a significant amount of money towards the end of the day on Shopify, you guys. So I held my runners, held them, even blew up even more. Shopify's contracts were paying me out even more once it reached about 300 and the highs of 326, you guys, almost, just about. I was up nearly 320%. I ended up actually selling right here at this 323 back on the second crossover on the EMAs for a nice, decent 248% profit. Now, guys, like I said, I was up nearing 320% when I was up here. Now, these are my runner plays. These runners can run to 0 and you still come out profitable on your trade. That's why I always encourage traders to always leave their runners on the table, because that's what's going to give you the most amount of money. So, coming down here, the trade was pretty much over for me. I sold majority of my profits and I made a significant amount of money, coming up to here to the highs and, selling right here, on the crossover down, because that's what literally gave me my trade to get out completely. I was like, okay, it's becoming midday, afternoon. I'm going to get out of my trade. I didn't trade the rest of the day, and we made 2 solid trades on Friday, cashing out on the first trade 150%, on the second one cashing out literally 248%, you guys. I mean, you put those numbers together, that is nearing 400% just on the day. That is absolutely insane, you guys. There's not a lot of people that can perform the way our group performs. And what I'm talking about is when you see those 500, 600, 1,000% returns, it's not because we're over exaggerating and, we're just, gambling. We're literally having a high probability setup in our favor to make these trades. So going into Monday's trading day, my watch list is going to be right here, you guys. It's going to be, first one's going to be AMD. AMD has been, in a consolidation area before a big drop happened. And again, I am bullish temporarily on the market, guys. Don't take my words and feed them to everybody else and say, oh my God, Eric is bullish long term. He's bullish now. He thinks it's going to go up to market highs. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying temporarily, I think we're going to be bullish. But going into Monday's trading day, how you can play AMD both ways into the market, I'm going to show you right here. So first way I want to play AMD is going to be using this falling wedge, you guys. I mean, if we notice here, even on the daily time frame, or actually even on the 4-hour time frame, I think I had this built on the 4-hour. We had, one, bear flag, and then the second one formed kind of right here. I'm not going to draw it out, but we had those bear flags form. Now, where do we see AMD heading off into going into next week's trading week? Now, I do see AMD actually heading lower into probably Monday's trading day and even hitting this $74 range. I know it's crazy, guys. We're going to see AMD in the 70s. Like that is unreal. I literally haven't seen that in a very long time. But once we hit around this trend line, you guys, just like I mentioned, you guys, we might see an area of consolidation followed by a huge bounce temporarily where we can play these bounces towards the upside. And don't be scared, because these moves in the options world will pay you out a ton of money. That's what we tend to forget as traders. Remember, we are trading options. We're not trading equity. These moves can take effect and pay us out a lot of money and a huge percentage to take advantage of these certain trades. So temporarily, yes, I see AMD probably coming down to the near 74 range, testing this trend line. And where do I get this trend line? It's simply based off of here, you guys. It's that simple. I don't even make it harder than what it is. And actually, probably even lower, you guys, to be honest. Probably even lower. Like if we look here, we're testing these trend lines, right? We have 1, 2 points, 1, 2 points, right? And where are we heading down into, you guys? Where are we going to be heading down into going into the trading week? So testing this trend line, if we even see here, if we could even get it on the 30-minute time frame, we could literally come down probably even to the 70 range. So what can we expect going into Monday's trading day? If the futures are down today and if the market is down, we can expect AMD to fall from its near 81 range all the way down to the even 70 range. I know I said 74, 75 because I just moved my trend line. You guys see right there what a big difference? Moving those trend lines, you got to have them pinpointed to the wicks. If you don't have them pinpointed to the wicks, you are not going to have a successful trade. Okay? To have a successful trade, you need to make sure you are charting out as close as you can to those wicks. So having the new lows of AMD come down to $70. Could you imagine, right? But it's so possible. Followed by a huge bounce, right? That can almost bounce up back to the 90 range and cover this gap. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying a temporarily bounce that you can day trade, if even probably even swing trade off of. You guys, this is going to be a high conviction trade to take on going into Mondays or even Tuesdays market open. This can take effect, can happen any moment, in given moment next week, if you just stay patient and you control your emotions and take the trade. So going into next week's trading week, I'm going to be watching AMD for a bounce off the 70 range, but temporarily I'm going to actually be watching it towards the downside, playing it towards the downside, because why not? I don't want to give up $11 or even $9 or even $8 if it opens up lower. You guys, we're going to probably have a higher probability set up right here on AMD for it to hit 70 bucks, bounce right off of this, reverse our position into calls and play it towards the upside, or even if it's down here, around this 70 range, we're going to be holding the 70 range, I think, for a few 2-3 days, or probably even followed by a bounce. That's why we buy Friday's expiration, because those movements can happen anywhere between Monday and Friday and pay you out big money. So you guys, next week's trading week, AMD is going to be on my major watch list. I'm going to announce it to my whole group. I'm going to make sure we get the perfect key levels to enter a trade like this. And either playing it, we're going to play it towards the downside. I guarantee if AMD is not at $70 by market opens tomorrow morning, by market open, we are going to short it up until we get to $70, followed by a nice huge bounce. Now, you could play it both ways. You can wait. You don't have to even short AMD, but I think there's, you don't want to waste any money, right? You want to short it towards the downside and then play it towards the upside. That's how we want to play the market. We want to play in both ways where it presents us opportunities. So coming towards the downside, we're going to see probably a 70 range or even 71 or 72. Sell it at 72. Sell it at 73, 74. You don't need a big move on AMD to make 200, 300, 400% is what I'm saying, guys. So followed by a big bounce. Like I said, depending on futures and where the S&P 500 is going to be at market open tomorrow, that's my plan is going to be with AMD. Now, this was consecutive drops on AMD. We've had drops from AMD from the highs of, sorry about that. We had consecutive drops from the highs of like 90, 100, from 109 all the way down to 70, 90, guys. That's insane. So we've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, right? I wouldn't even count this. Maybe 9 days in total, 9 or 10 days of consecutive drops on AMD, which again, that is huge. We are followed by, we could be followed by a big bounce. It could even be tomorrow. But that's why I'm saying, like, I'm going to take, action when I see these movements and take advantage of them to make a ton of money. So anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Once again, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope this video is going to help you guys going into next week's trading week. Let's have a freaking fantastic trading week. Let's come out green, you guys. And you guys, if you're not part of Botos Trading Academy, I really do encourage you to click that link down below. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I truly want you guys to succeed from a trader that has done it and has been through it. So you guys, if you want to truly learn from literally the best trading group out there, click that link below. Come and join our Discord. It's freaking free. Obviously, if you guys want access to, the educational part and the VIP section, you're going to have to pay for that. But otherwise, I do offer a free Discord community where you can literally talk amongst each other and gain some knowledge and everything from there. And yeah, so again, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's trading day.